Throne Liberty has a massive update today. There's new dungeons, there's new gears, especially good for us free-to-play players, you know, us plebs, getting some really good gear. There's class changes too, and a lot of other small changes. In this video, I'll be covering everything new with the updates, so you guys can just log in and understand what is happening, so you guys can get on your grind. So let's jump into it. So the first of all, let's cover the dungeons immediately. There's a 2-star dungeon here. These are the dungeons that are currently out. Look at the gear that it drops. You can finally get these set pieces that you've been looking for your whole life as a free-to-play pleb. You look at this. Oh, Shock Commander boots are waiting for me. Look at this, guys. Field General Helmet is waiting for me. Look at all of this stuff. There's also some new accessories. We got new bracelets. We got new chains. So you can get your 4 set now that everybody's been waiting for by doing these dungeons. They are obviously minimum combat required 2,500, so they're going to be harder than your average dungeons. The best thing would be to go with experienced teams, or if you have teams already, or try your luck in the pugs. I wouldn't recommend going into the pugs, but this overall is really good for people that want to make some money, make some lucent, or farm your 4 set. They use new tokens, by the way. They use this one, the new token, and you use 450 tokens instead of 300, so you can only do 2 of these runs every day. So they're limiting you basically by adding a new currency, so people can't just, you know, stack up on all their 100 alts or whatever. There's a new dungeon. This is not yet available for good reason. I think a lot of people will struggle with this dungeon when it actually comes out, so this will be a dungeon coming out later. But you should be able to get all your 4 set bonuses from running these dungeons. But yeah, that is the dungeons. And these are the tokens, all that stuff. And then we have to take a look at some also new changes that I think people would probably appreciate. So the peace bosses, the biggest change that I would say during the peace bosses is if there's peace bosses happening inside a dungeon like Shadow Crypt or any of the other dungeons like Silius Abyss, the portals for those will actually spawn outside now, so people can't really we can't really do nighttime PvP, or they can't turn into a blood moon to PvP you. So you will be able to go to the peace bosses now in this open world dungeon. So it's really good for the casual players, but probably not that good for you know, let's be real, the hardcore PvP guilds, right? They won't like that. But that's basically what it is now. They changed random matchmaking, so you guys have this random matchmaking right here. You have 2 random matchmakings now. You get this chest, by the way, from doing random matchmaking. This is crazy. But the really good thing that they did with the random matchmaking is before you could random matchmake with 2 players in your team. Now you can actually have a full, almost a full team. You can have 4 players in your team, and you can hit random matchmaking. Because let's be real, random matchmaking, the 1-star dungeon is not that hard. But in the 2-star, if you want this, it's going to be tough, right? But now you can actually team up with 4 players that you know, your friends. And you can queue into a party with the 2-star rating. So that is really good for the people that want to do random matchmaking, so you can get that extra reward. Great stuff. Now, there's also a new thing. People that own rift stones, basically, if you're owning a rift stone, like we have a rift stone right here. If you own a rift stone, you can now participate in cross-server fights. Yes, there's going to be inter-server conflicts now, a mode where you will fight for loot and lucent generated by auction house taxes. But if you control a stone or boon stone, you'll be able to participate in these. So if you haven't, if you're not in the guild, or if your guild doesn't have a boonstone, you might want to get one, because you're going to miss out on some really juicy content. So these are one of the, I think, the bigger contents that is coming out. So make sure you guys get a boonstone or control these rift stones, so you guys can get some good content to PP out of it. Aside from that, some small changes, not really much. There's a small minor change to the chat. They changed like the colors of the party chat, all that stuff. But the main things are basically what I've covered so far with this. Now, there's been some questions regarding certain things, because people are questioning about the battlegrounds. When are the battlegrounds coming, and when is the challenge dungeons coming for the runes? And I can tell you guys from what I heard now is on December 5th, we're going to be getting the war grounds, which are basically the battlegrounds system. So it's very soon, actually. It's 2 weeks until we get that. And then challenge dungeons start coming. Basically what challenge dungeons is dungeons you can grind endlessly, where you can upgrade a rune. So there's a whole rune system that'll be coming into the game. So this content that we got now is going to keep us busy getting all our force set. And then on December 5th, we're going to get a massive update with some battlegrounds and some rune system, all that stuff. So future is looking good. This content looks good to me. I wish, of course, that there were more I can do with these dungeons. You can't really farm them because you have only a certain amount of tokens, but I think a lot of people are going to struggle with them during the pugs. But that is what is new. I will also link all the changes at the end of this video. I will link all the changes to the classes. If you guys want to look at the balancing and stuff, I will put it at the end of this video. But thank you guys so much. Check this video right here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.